Hi, and welcome to Issues and Insights. My name is Alina Chesser, and today I'm joined by Marcella and Raven from the Hardin County Playhouse. So, we'll start here with Marcella. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Marcella Shandor. I'm from Seattle, Washington originally, and I've been in the Army, and after the Army I met my husband in Korea, and we just ended up here in Kentucky 10 years ago. And I've been, since 2016 probably, I've been starting to get my foot in Hardin County Playhouse, and in 2017 or 18, I can't remember. It was when they did Annie. My daughter, who was 6 at the time, was in Annie, and now she's 14, and now she's in everything. And so I started becoming involved that way, and then I started doing sound engineering, and then I started doing sound design, and then sound and lights, and
So it's
now
growing.
I'm doing and then I did. I've been on the stage a couple times. It's not my favorite place to be, but if it's a really fun show, then I'm there. And
It's
then,
so interesting that people do that. They're either a camera person or behind a camera.
Yeah.
They never want to do both.
Yeah, and I'm doing my first directorial debut for Hardin County Playhouse in February.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
What can you tell us what that's going to be?
It's going to be the Rocky Horror Show. So not the Rocky Horror Picture Show, but the Rocky Horror Show.
So which is a derivative of the Rocky Horror
Well, it's
Picture
the
Show?
original. It's just that the picture show is more, it's a
Cinematic.
movie,
Yeah.
and cinematic, and it's basically the same exact show. It's just on
Okay,
stage.
y'all can see me smiling. So let me tell you. I'm going to tell the story on myself here. Hope not everybody sees it, I guess. But when I was 13, my mom said to me, what do you want to do for your birthday? And I happened to be reading the comics, and I said, look, Mom, there's a horror story at midnight. And I showed my mom, and she said, that's right, that's what it is. And I went, can I go? And my mom said, oh, yeah, you're going.
Did you get a V?
And I did.
Nice.
And I went, and I was hooked. My mom thought I was going to, come running out there screaming, but no, I was hooked.
She thought she had you.
And at the time, we were doing Rocky Horror Picture Show every Friday and Saturday night, and I was there religiously. I mean, I was there. And then when I went overseas, guess what? I went to another countries.
So, oh my goodness, so that's so funny. My oldest daughter, who is 30 now,
Yeah.
on her 13th birthday, I took her to Rocky Horror. She got a V and everything, and it was awesome. But when I was overseas in Korea, my husband, that was my boyfriend at the time, he took me to the COEX Mall in Seoul to see the Australian live performance of Rocky Horror Show.
Man.
And it was awesome.
It really is. Have you ever seen Rocky Horror?
I have not. Yeah,
So, and I do all the little calls and stuff with it, so I really know that.
Oh, good.
But that's all. I'll have to come to that
I hope
for
you come
sure.
to the midnight show.
Yeah, that'd be great. Anyways, I'm sorry.
No, it's
We'll
fine.
get back to introducing you guys. I just thought that was neat to have that in common,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah,
the
yeah.
13. Isn't
Yeah.
that something? Okay, Raven, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Raven DeRamos. I'm a respiratory therapist at Baptist Hardin. That's my day job. My night job, I'm a board member with Hardin County Playhouse, and I've been involved with Hardin County Playhouse for many years now. Grew up here in Elizabethtown, Kentucky, and I've always been involved with my school's drama clubs and plays and such. And I was the one that was on stage, and I never thought I'd get interest behind stage.
Yeah.
But then, I became involved with this community theater, and I could see all this potential, and I just loved the atmosphere of it, how it brings everybody together, and it's so inclusive. And I was like, I want to be a part of this.
Right.
So I started attending meetings and just putting my foot out there, and I became part of the board, and even directed my first play last year, The Christmas Carol.
Oh, that's so cool.
And she did incredible.
And coming up, we have Dracula.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us about Dracula.
So this is going to be not quite Bram Stoker's Dracula. It's going to be, he's a complete, actual monster. He's not romanticized, and it is actually the, I forgot his name, it's the version in Louisville that they did at the Actors Theater for
Okay.
a long time. I mean, many years. And I forgot his name, William something, I think. But so this is going to be that. My husband is doing the special effects and the props,
Oh,
and
great.
he's making, I mean, the things that he's making, he's also making the teeth for everyone, like good quality teeth.
That's cool.
But the things that he's making are just blowing me away. Right now he's doing the sarcophagus. He's at home right now, and he has this table that he built, and then he has like, it cranks up, and it's gonna have like a hidden door for one of the effects of the monster being staked and then turning into a skeleton, and I mean, it's gonna be
Magic of
amazing.
theater.
Yes,
I love
yes,
it.
yes. And I'm a bride.
Awesome.
So I get to do that. That's gonna be so much fun.
That's another one to see. It really is.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize how big it was in Hardin County, but we have like the PAC, the Playhouse. You just have a world of opportunity for theater
yeah,
here.
and kids, and you know, there's so much for kids too.
Also, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. And we'll get into that in a little
Yeah.
bit. So the dates are in October,
Mm-hmm.
and what I have is the 17th, 18th, 23rd, 24th, and 25th at 7.
Yes, yes, yes. You're right. Okay, yeah, yeah.
And then the other ones are the daytime shows are on the 29th and 20, or on the 19th and 26th.
Right. Yeah, those are the Sunday shows. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay, so what about our Halloween walk here, our ghost walk?
Yeah, our annual Ghost Walk. It will be on Halloween night and the night of November 1st. So we're planning to be having candy and everything, and we're so excited about that.
So how do people sign up to come to that, or do they just show up somewhere and pay?
You can just show up and pay. It's only $5 per ticket.
And now, when you do this walk, about how long is it?
I would say it's about 20 minutes.
Oh,
I was one of the tour guides last year, so I definitely got my steps in.
Right. So what kind of stories do you all tell as you're going around places?
They are all authentic, true ghost stories around downtown Elizabethtown.
Can you tell us one?
Oh gosh, there's so many.
That's okay to put you on the spot, but I just thought it would be cool.
I know there's a man in a brown suit at the Hardin County History Museum. That was that was one of the first stops I remember.
Oh, that's cool.
Every stop is like a historical ghost story that's related to where the people stop.
Yes.
It's
neat.
really neat.
So is there anybody in costume, or is it just...
Everybody's in costume.
Oh,
I was
see,
Queen
that's
of
even
Hearts
better.
last year, so I got to act very, high
You
and
ever
mighty.
scare anybody?
There's been occasions our volunteers, it's kind of their own prerogative what they dress up as, and
Yeah.
through the years we've had even like the kids of board members like just sneaking around and just trying to scare
Scare
people.
Oh, that's neat. So let's talk about your location. Where are you guys located?
Right now we are at Elizabethtown Community College.
Yep.
In the science building. That's where we hold all of our performances.
Okay.
We are still trying to gather up money to get a permanent home of our own.
Oh, that's wonderful. And people can donate to that?
Yeah.
Too?
Yes.
Great. So, volunteering. I heard you say that some people volunteer. Can you tell us how you can get involved with volunteering? Because that's pretty cool.
The best way to get involved with volunteer is to go to, we have a Facebook page for volunteers, and we're always asking for more help. I mean, you can always volunteer to usher for any of our productions. And actually, the Ghost Walk coming up, we'll probably have more open spots for the guides and for storytellers, and we have a meeting about that on October 11th. It's a Saturday at 6
Okay.
at HCEC. If
Okay.
anybody's interested in volunteering and being a part of the magic.
That's awesome. So, and ticketing. We're going to talk about ticketing. Can you tell me about how much the tickets run for the performances?
They're $15, and then we have Thrifty Thursdays on the Thursday of the show, but it's walk-in only. So if you walk in and there's seating available, which usually there is on Thursdays, then it's only $10.
Okay.
All you have to do is just tell them at the ticket
Yeah.
table that it's Thrifty Thursday.
That's great. That's cool. I'll have to remember that.
Yeah.
So, there's auditioning coming up.
There is.
Okay, so you have all the theater kids and everybody, and there's some adults who want to do it but have never got into it. So this is an open audition. Anybody can come in to audition?
It's first grade and up, I believe. So it's all ages, up to like 6 and up or first grade and up. And we don't have the dates completely set in stone, but we're planning on October 21st or 20th and 21st?
20th and 21st
20th and
for the
21st.
Rudolph auditions.
Yeah,
That's-
and it's the musical, so it's like the cartoon. It has a lot of the same music on the cartoon, and they'll have a cold reading and then a song from the movie. And I believe there will be audition sides and music put up on our website or on our Facebook page at least.
Okay. I saw that sometimes you guys could have recorded auditions that you send in as well.
It is
Up to-
depending on the
yeah.
director.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think that will happen for Rudolph, or is that something?
It's pretty possible. I mean,
Okay.
we're pretty open to, pretty much all the directors are open to self-tape auditions.
Now, and I know some people think you have to have like a headshot and things like that. Do you have to have all
Not for
that
community
stuff?
theater,
Yeah,
not for
that's
our
the
community theater.
Beauty of community theater.
Yeah.
We take you as you are,
Yeah.
little to a lot of experience. We take you as you are.
And auditions, even if you want to think about it, auditions are a really good way to get comfortable. And if you're too nervous and don't get cast and you're just, insecure and too nervous, it's okay. And taking like that first rejection is part of theater, and it really like helps you to
Yeah.
go next time and do better and just compete with yourself and just try to do better next time and next time. And usually by the second audition that people do, they're really excited and they have more confidence and they're able to, show the director, what they have inside of them that they were a little shy about the first time.
Right. And, I did that being on camera. So when I first started here, they turned on the camera and I went completely silent. It's like I forgot everything. So I understand. And, I did theater. I was a theater kid, but I don't know that I could do it now. My memory is just horrible.
I can relate to that.
So, but let's talk about the kids a little bit. You all have a youth program, right?
Yes, yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about your youth program? I think they said 6th through 12th grade
Right.
students.
Right, correct.
Can you tell me a little bit about what happens for them and what you guys go through for that class?
Yeah, so it's more like a not so much like a structured class. It's more like something fun to do, to hang out with other kids that may not be great at sports or may not have an interest in sports. Usually, there's something to do in theater, whether it's on stage or behind the scenes. And there's 3 of them who, lead the children.
Yeah.
And they really, play games like acting games and things that you can use in like everyday life. And so it really builds these skills for these kids, and they do, skits and act and improv, and they just have a really good time. And we've had a record amount of kids come in this semester that
that's great.
we've never had. And it's just, the memento is built up so good because all these kids are like discovering that, there's this really cool thing that I didn't know about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
Totally free.
Yep.
And every month, every second Tuesday of the month.
Oh.
And it really, like if you want to do plays or something, it really helps you to do that, to nail that first audition.
Right.
And the skills that you make for like public speaking, her sister's actually one of the leads, Kanan, and she was telling me about all this like curriculum and syllabuses that she's created already. I mean, she's really, like, they're a really good team, the team leaders, and they have just fun things and opportunities for the kids. And then they'll know about, like, oh, hey, the other team that we had before for a long time, they moved and they had to, move on, and everybody was so sad to see them go. But they would do a youth dramatics play.
Okay.
Like last year was Velveteen Rabbit, and it was a short play, so the director was also one of the teachers of youth dramatics, and he did a youth, like just for the youth dramatics kids to
Yeah.
do, and somebody wrote the whole play, and they just did all the scenes from it, and so it's a really good opportunity to get out there and then perform in
So-
front of your parents and stuff.
And Hardin County Schools have that, right? They have a program
Yes.
where you can come here and intern.
Oh,
And
yeah.
So, you can get different types of media experience here in Hardin
Yeah,
County.
and they have the Hardin County Youth Theater every year, and that.
And then I saw the PAC Productions, of course, and then the Governor's Scholars.
Oh yeah, the Governor's School of the Arts. That's a real good one.
And even the Little Theater, right?
Yeah,
And that's for
yeah.
the younger ones. I think
Yes.
it said 3 to 5th grade, 3rd
Yeah,
to 5th.
yeah.
Yes,
Why don't
right.
you talk about the Little Theater?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they just put on Willy Wonka. and it was wonderful, and just so much creativity. They even had Kristen Henriksen and Michelle Blair. They have been over our little theater, directing all the plays every season for the longest time now, and they are so good with the children. And it just really, and I've had the pleasure of stage managing for them, and my own children being in it, and it just really helps them come out of their shells as having a daughter that was barely speaking and like sweet as can be and stuff. As soon as she got a part of like Gladys in the best Christmas pageant ever, she just came out of her shell on stage, and I haven't been able to put down the sassiness since.
That's fun though.
Yes.
You know, it really is.
And that was one that we did this season that included youth dramatics. So we had like little theater and youth dramatics. So it was like kids all ages.
And you know what? I bet you guys were filled up with parents.
There was
and
like 40
grandparents.
kids. How much was the cast? It was like a cast of 40 or maybe it was 30. It was
it was a huge cast.
Yeah, it was a huge cast of all, like nobody was over the age of 18.
I bet that was great.
I just got to say, I'm glad I didn't work backstage on that one.
I could just imagine the wildness and everybody going every direction.
Yeah, they do a great job with little theater.
And we were talking earlier, many years ago, I was in the best Christmas pageant ever, many, many years ago. And that was, we didn't have that many kids, and it was crazy. And I remember having the director had to go backstage and tell the kids, shh, they can hear you.
Yeah,
So.
and we were just discussing before that you and I had like that same role in 2 different productions with HCP, Best Christmas Pageant Ever.
That is really cool.
And it's really cool to be on stage with just children, and usually you're used to working with adults, and if you guys get messed up on a line, you just keep going to improvising. And I remember one time on stage during a live performance, we were going over like the story and everything, and there's kids are very key points, key words, and so they know when their line's coming up. But we got into this loop, and they were starting to say the same lines, and I realized it, and I had to kind of like curve the conversation to
Where it needed
get out
to
of
be.
that loop.
Yeah.
Luckily, like we tell the kids all the time, they're not in the audience holding a script. They don't know if you mess up.
Right.
Like, you tell them if you mess up.
Yeah, oh yeah. And you know what? I think we've all done that at least once,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So we talked about you guys going into a new building, but let's step back and talk about the history. Now, from what I know, that this theater group started in the 70s, and they have bounced around a few times. I think they started in a basement and then moved around. Do you have any history for us?
Yeah, it started off in Radcliffe, as you said, in a basement. And we've been from Radcliffe to Plum Alley, and now in the ECTC's now our home. They've been so wonderful to us. So I think we're just ready to settle down.
Right?
Yeah, if we had a building with space that we don't have to like run something by somebody else to make sure it's not being used, it would be so much easier. We can have more opportunities. We can have like a little theater that isn't just here's a show, let's rehearse. That is more ran like youth dramatics, where we have it once a month, and we could have youth dramatics more often than once a month.
Yep.
And it would solve so many issues. We could offer so many more events and fun things, and we like to do like fundraisers, and there's just so many more opportunities. So we're really needing a new building.
And you guys would be able to design it, because a lot of people don't know what goes on backstage. You have to have a dressing rooms and restrooms and stuff, because there are a lot of quick changes that usually have to go on. And somebody who's not been in theater may not understand that every now and then somebody has to change your costume for you to help so you can get back out on stage.
When I was in 9 to 5, I played ensemble and office worker, and then I played the boss's wife. And she's dressed in mink coats and just so fancy. And I was in office gear with 1970s. And right after one song, I run down, and we had a classroom that we were using as a dressing room with kind of slats, to give us some privacy. And I had to run in there, take all these clothes off, put all these on, run back, have somebody zip me, do my hair up with my hat. I had this big fancy hat, and go back on stage. And it would be like I'd have to like, calm down because my
Center
heart rate would be
yourself.
racing because I'm like running and doing everything and just be back into this character. And then as soon as I was done, do the same thing and then.
It's an Indy 500 pit crew
Yep.
back there.
It is. It really
Yeah.
is. And I think it's great. It's good experience. If you want to know what goes into it, to volunteer just to get the look of the backstage part. And, when we go out and film out in public, people want to be behind us. They want to be on the camera, but they don't want to say nothing. They just want to be way behind getting on the camera. So, if you're afraid to get on the stage, then that's okay too. There's something
Yeah.
offered for you,
Yeah,
which
absolutely.
is a lot of fun,
Yeah.
And it's the Science Auditorium where you
Right.
guys are at now. Do you know what the seating is there? How many people can be accompanied?
It's,
Is 150?
I think it's 115, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think it's about 115. And it is, the Science Auditorium, just so people are aware, is on the entrance, the College Street entrance, not
Okay.
the St. John's entrance.
Okay. I think I have seen you guys over there practicing before, actually.
Yeah.
So tell us, if you guys are getting a new facility or trying to get a new facility, do you want to accommodate more seating for
Yes.
people?
Yes,
for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a place picked out that you're working towards, or is it going to be a fresh building for you guys?
We are going to have to build it ourselves, and we have some ideas on things. I can't say any more than that. We have a lot of ideas on how that's going to happen. And then, do we have property? Because I think there was like property.
There was property at one point. The city was going to give us property if we raise a certain amount of. I don't know if that's still on the table though.
Okay.
A lot of things are changing with Blue Oval and all of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Things.
So fundraising for that. Tell us how we can get involved. How can we help you guys to expand and grow and do more things?
Mainly just reaching out through any of our social media, and if you want to donate, we do have an option on our Facebook, a donate button that we just installed that we finally figured out how to install. So there is a way through our social media that you can directly donate, but as I said, donate, volunteer. It's community theater. We appreciate any little help we can get.
Right, right. And do you see, what do you do more styles of, like comedy or musicals, or is there just a real good
Lately,
mix?
we've been doing a lot of musicals.
Okay.
This season's packed
yeah,
full.
yeah, but last season it was like almost all musicals. But typically we have like one or two musicals. It's kind of like a mix.
I run for musicals. Nope.
Yep.
Nobody wants to hear me sing.
But yeah, it's usually this good healthy dose of. We try to do titles that people are familiar with, so they'll come out and audition, so that they'll come out and see it, and then we try to do things that are a little bit more obscure but just as fun. So honestly, broaden your horizons. I mean, you see a title you don't recognize, look it up, see if that's something you want to be in. And I know that. Just like you, there's like many people that are like, I don't want to do musicals, but I want to do this.
Right. I can't sing. I was kicked out of choir practice. No joke. Elementary school, they were like, is there something else you want to do? So we talked a little bit about local playwrights. You've done at least one that you were talking about. Is that something you all take submissions?
Yeah. We actually, one of our own, Katie Van Zyl, she wrote The Sisters Grimm, and that was the first children's theater, like little theater, and my daughter was the lead in one of it with her theater sister as her sister in it.
Oh.
And it was a really good show. It was so sweet. And but that was her. That was right when COVID shut down, and it was like one of the first shows opening back up. And so we didn't have the funds anymore to buy the rights to things because putting on plays is so expensive.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we don't make really, like, when we sell the tickets and stuff, we make more money on like everybody coming and then like fundraising from that and doing extra events and even refreshments. We have a scholarship program for a Hardin County kid Or actually, I don't even think, I think they just have to be involved, like someone who has been involved with Hardin County Playhouse.
Yeah.
And it's like a college scholarship for them.
Do you
And,
know how much that, because I did see that on your website. How much is that? Do we know what the scholarship
What was the last one? I
was?
think
it was-
I don't want to misspeak. I want to say.
Yeah, I
like-
don't want to misspeak
Yeah,
either.
oh,
I'm
so-
trying to imagine the big check. I see the big check in
Yeah.
my mind. I'm like, how many zeros is that?
Well, we'll let everybody know they can go apply
Yeah.
online and go that direction.
Yeah.
So is there anything else you guys, oh, you know what, before I leave it out, Radcliffe City Park has a little stage there. And I believe at one point, you all did plays there as well, but that's been
That's
a long
been,
time
yeah,
ago.
very long time.
So do you all ever do anything out there anymore? Because I know the stage and stuff is still there.
We haven't in recent years, but that's definitely an avenue that we could look into.
Yeah. They had a church out there doing something one day, and I could hear it from my backyard. So I had to sneak over and look, right, see what was going on. So if you could tell us any words of encouragement that might get people out there, or might give, a way to people to express themselves by coming on stage. Because it's a hard thing to do that
Yes.
first time.
All I can say is theater, it branches out into your everyday life, whether you're having trouble talking through your emotions, your relationships, and just public speaking in general. It helps you with that. And it's a community theater. It's a whole family that will welcome you no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, no matter anything. Like, we are the most, and I've never met anybody more inclusive than our community theater.
That's great. That's really great. So did you ever work, I don't know if you went to school here in Radcliffe. I think you said you were from Seattle.
Yeah.
Did you ever do any things at the PAC or with school and things like that?
Yes, I was actively involved with Central Hardin Drama Club and some PAC productions. I've done some youth theater productions, mostly background ensemble work. I've kind of worked my way up. By senior year, I got a lead role.
Oh, that's awesome.
I've really worked my way up, but it was fun.
Is there a favorite play that you have done?
Oh gosh.
What about you? Is there a favorite that you've done? Or maybe Dracula might be the favorite.
I really actually loved Christmas Carol. And that one I did sound design and then I did sound. So I created a lot of sound effects, and everything had to be timed because it was very sound heavy. I mean, the team, she did an incredible job. Like, it was amazing. It was like the seats were like close to sold out at least in I think every show. And I was very, very proud of Raven last year.
Thank you.
And my husband did props for that too, and he did incredible. And he had like such short time because
Tell
his
us your
work
husband's
schedule.
name, because we've been
It's
talking.
it's John Shandor.
Okay.
He's done special effects and movie props for film, and he just got in with, he's always been creative. He's always been an artist with his hands. And I started doing convention. I've always done like conventions and done the convention circuit, and was a talent handler for many, many years.
Tell
And-
us your daughter's name too.
Oh,
because I think-
Johnny Shandor.
right?
Yeah.
And then you have a little one too that's involved. Can
Yes.
you give us their name at least?
Her name is Macy DeRamos, and then I have a younger son. He's Cade, and he'll be starting to get involved here soon because he's just at that age.
Well, thanks for joining me today, ladies.
Thank you
This
for
has been
having
really
us.
Yeah.
informative, and it's been a whole lot of fun since
Yeah.
I was a theater kid, so we all kind of connect that way, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for being with us today, and I hope to see you next time.